Well, good morning, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you. Today is the 5th of April, 2020, and it's time for morning prayers. I do like to say hello to everybody that's watching the recording at a later time first, because the feed is just about now getting to Facebook and to YouTube, letting people know that the broadcast is live and we're here to start praying. But everybody watching the recording gets to see these early seconds before anybody else. So welcome, welcome. Glad you're with us. Oh, Sunday morning. There's going to be a lot of churches and a lot of communities and a lot of centers having their morning services today. So there's a wealth of things you can choose from. I'm going to be hanging out with the Center for Spiritual Living Denver on their Facebook page and checking out their service this morning. The Reverend Michelle Scavetta will be speaking. She's from Mile High and visiting the Denver Center this week. I'll actually be speaking in 2 weeks on Sunday morning, or 3 weeks on Sunday morning, the 26th, for CSL Denver as well. So I'm grateful you're with us. Today is morning prayers. You know, I do this every morning at 8:15 a.m. and also 8:15 p.m. That's Mountain Time. I trust you can do the math if you're not on Mountain Time. And if you would like to get me praying on your behalf, if you'd like to get your prayer request in my prayer book here, please send me your prayer request, revbriz@spiritevolving.com. Happy to pray for those for you on your behalf. And if you'd like a mention and you'd like your prayer mentioned in this broadcast or the evening broadcast, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to add your prayer directly to one of these broadcasts if you know you'll be watching. So it's a great way to get involved with some prayer. Also, feel free to send me an email if you'd like to sit down and have a prayer chat together, just the two of us. I'm happy to do that as well. And remember, daily spirit callings, a great way to start your day. A daily email in your inbox every day of the week, and it's got an affirmation, inspiration, and call to action for your life this day. And now a daily podcast as well. You need to check out Daily Spirit Callings on all your favorite podcast platforms or at dailyspiritcallings.com, .transistor.fm. All right. Enough of all that. Let's just go to prayer. And so if you're in a place where it's comfortable, you can go ahead and close your eyes and let yourself breathe. Let yourself breathe and just be present to this moment. And in the stillness, I invite you to open the heart and come to recognize God. Come to recognize that one power, presence, and intelligence that's operating as all of life. I call that God. One power, one presence, one infinite intelligence who's operating as all of life, every form of life, every furry creature, every winged creature, those with scales or fins, the furry creatures in our lives, and the human creatures all around this planet. Each heartbeat, a unique divine emanation of God, a unique divine emanation of the One. And so it is in this moment that I recognize God expresses itself as all life, as every expression, every form, as the source and the wellspring of love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well-being and abundance, prosperity. It's all God. Every blooming tree, every budding flower, every snowflake, every expression of life, part of the oneness that is God's life, that is all about this planet, beyond this planet, that is the entire universe and beyond, the known and the unknown. And so I recognize God in the little pieces of the day and in the big pieces of the day, in the little words, in the casual phrases, and in the most prophetic phrases. But most especially, I recognize God operating as my life, as your life. I recognize God operating through and as the words that you speak, that you cast into the vibration of planet Earth. And what I know is I know we're all in this together. I know that we are all working in concert to bring forth a mighty vision for humanity on planet Earth. And even though it may not sound that way right now, I'm reminded of the symphony where just before it all comes together, it sounds like absolute chaos. Everybody tuning, everybody working, everybody doing their own little thing. And in that, it sounds like a great cacophony of absolute chaos. And then just like that, everything moves, everything comes together, and we realize there was a pattern. We realize there was a force, a power operating behind the chaos to bring forth a great and glorious vision, a symphony. And all the actors and all the instruments and all the players are working together, working in concert to bring forth a magnificent experience of life. And that's exactly what's happening right now. We are in that moment of utter chaos, in that moment of the cacophony of sound where nothing seems to be working together. Everything seems to be pushing against each other. Everything appears to be in absolute breakdown and chaos. And that is not the truth of what's happening. The truth is, there is a great unfolding that is happening. The truth is that there is a great coalescing that is happening, and that every aspect of human life, every aspect of this thing called life on planet Earth, is coming into a greater alignment, a greater alignment to bring forth the great symphony, to bring forth the magnificent vision of God's life. And so what I know is I know that the systems and the organizations that which no longer serves God's evolution is falling away, is crumbling into the nothingness from whence it came. See, what I know is I know this power called God is forever taking on form and then abandoning that form in order to take on new form. And right now we are abandoning the forms that of in business and education. We're abandoning forms in politics and banking. We're abandoning the form of society and neighborhoods, and we're building new forms, new ways of work, new ways of connection, new ways to stay in touch with family, new ways to get it all done. Whatever it is, there is a great and glorious unfolding, and we are living in the absolute minute of it, the midst of it, right here, right now. And so as I open the news each day, there is sorrow in the heart for those that are the lives that are being that are people that are transitioning into other lives, into another dimension of livingness and no longer here on the planet. And that even that reminds me that there is renewal, there is rebirth. Children are still being born, babies are still showing up. And that's good. That's a season. That's an expression of the rebirth that the planet is moving through right now. As we move through this thing called life together, there is this great unfolding, this great symphony that is just now, I can almost hear the chaos dying off. We are so very close to the first notes of a new age, to the first expressions of a brave new world. And in so many places right now, I hear the language of we're reaching the peak. On this upslope, on this curve that we're on the upslope, we can't see the far side of the mountains. We can't see the other side. And once we reach this peak, we'll have a vista, a view, a perspective of the grand new world that lies before us, awaiting our arrival. Healthy, clean, revitalized, rejuvenated. As we emerge from this dark night of the soul, we shall emerge into the glorious, shining, bright light of God's love. And it is there that we shall see the mighty vision. We shall be able to say yes to the deep calling within to serve that vision, to rush down the other side of the slope and into a new world. A world where borders are irrelevant, a world of love and peace and abundance for all, a world where there is a resurgence and a respect for art and beauty and aesthetics, a world that works for everyone. And what I know is I know that these times, this global experience are the answers to many, many prayers, even though it doesn't look like it. And I know there's some ugliness out there in the human world. In the mind of God, everything is progressing exactly as it must. Everything's progressing perfectly. There is this great spiral of growth and evolution that we are traveling, and we're moving upwards and outwards all at the same time. So I know that at the deepest part of whatever we want to call all of this, that God has got it, that God's on the job, that there is a power greater than I am. I may direct a portion of that power through my word, and I know that that power is being directed through the words of each one. And so I claim for each one that hears these words a sense of looking towards the good, of raising up the vision towards God, turning away from the conditions, turning away from the muck and the mire of the world, turning away from the rumor and the accusation and the he said and who said and this do this and that, blah, blah. Turning away from all of that and turning our attention to the one. Witnessing the one, witnessing God taking form as this new expression, this new experience of life and livingness. So I am just grateful in this moment for the reminder that is happening, grateful to know that God's on the job and God's got this. That the power and the presence and the intelligence that operates as all life is already operating, already moving on this prayer. So I can let it be. I release this word into that ever-present law that is unfailing, that must manifest, and in fact is already manifesting this word. I release this word into that law. And I know God's got it, and so I know it is done. And I just simply affirm this truth by saying, and so it is. And so it is. There goes the vibration. I love this. Thank you, folks, for being with me this morning. You know, it is a great Sunday morning. There's a lot of fabulous speakers out there. There's a lot of really great new thought information and experiences happening today. And if you're looking for a little more music and you want to increase your vibration, please check out newthoughtradio.net. Positively inspiring tunes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great way to get your new thought groove on. All your favorite new thought artists are on there. And if there's somebody on there that I don't have that you want on the station, let me know. We'll be happy to check them out and see if we can get them added into the rotation. So that's all I've got for this morning, folks. I'm going to go hang out and check out some church services. I'll be at Center for Spiritual Living Denver, starting at about an hour and a half from now, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. Check them out on their Facebook page. And I'll be back later this evening for evening prayers, 8:15 Mountain Time. And this evening, I'm going to have the amazing Faith Rivera with me. So we'll have a little bit of music ourselves this evening. Remember, 8:15 Mountain. AM and PM every day, praying together, getting our vibration up. So I thank you for being here. I love you. You are loved. Have a great day. We'll see you again this evening. Until then, peace and blessings.